Hello everyone. In this video, we are again going to discuss about rate of reaction. So this is part 2 of this particular topic. In order to understand this particular session, you need to watch the video number 2, that is rate of reaction part 1, where we have discussed about what is rate of reaction and how to write the rate of reaction, and there we discussed for a general reaction, and now let us apply for a specific chemical reaction. Let us take this example where nitrogen is combining with oxygen to form nitric oxide, and rate can be expressed in terms of any of the reactant, that is nitrogen or oxygen, or the product nitric oxide. So let me write like this: the rate of disappearance of nitrogen is equal to minus dN2 by dt. What it is? It means that change in concentration of nitrogen we are expressing as dN2 in the time interval dt. So in this time interval dt, the change in concentration of nitrogen is dN2. And what is this negative sign? This negative sign indicates that the concentration of nitrogen decreases with time. So while writing the rate expression, in front of any concentration term, if it is a reactant, we need to write a negative sign, and if it is a product, we need to write a positive sign. So we can also write rate like this: rate of disappearance. Now this is in terms of oxygen, which is also a reactant. So it is minus dO2 by dt. Now it is in terms of product. So I will write the term appearance. The rate of appearance of nitric oxide. As nitric oxide is a product, I will write positive sign plus dNO by dt. So this is how we will write the rate expression for this particular reaction. This one only in terms of nitrogen, this is in terms of oxygen, this is in terms of nitric oxide. Now this balanced chemical equation gives some information here that 1 mole of nitrogen combined with 1 mole of oxygen in order to form 2 moles of nitric oxide. So it is very clear that the rate at which this nitrogen is disappearing is equal to rate at which oxygen is disappearing. Why? It is because nitrogen and oxygen are reacting in the ratio of 1:1. If 1 mole of nitrogen react, 1 mole of oxygen will also react. So as they are reacting in the same ratio 1:1, we can say that the rate with respect to nitrogen is equal to rate with respect to oxygen. But that is not the case in terms of nitric oxide, because when both of them are involving 1 mole each, we get 2 moles of nitric oxide. So nitric oxide is formed at double the rate of the disappearance of nitrogen or the disappearance of oxygen. Is it clear? The rate of appearance of nitric oxide is twice the rate of disappearance of nitrogen or oxygen, because nitrogen and oxygen are disappearing at the same rate, but this nitric oxide appears at twice this rate. But here, in order to get a unique value for the rate of reaction, means whenever I say the word rate of reaction, it should be for the entire reaction as a whole. It should not be for a particular reactant or a particular product. So to get a unique value for the reaction rate, what we will do is we will divide the rate of reaction defined with any of the reactant or product by the stoichiometric coefficient of that reactant or product. Means as the rate of appearance of nitric oxide is twice the rate of disappearance of nitrogen. So in order to equate the rate of disappearance of nitrogen and rate of appearance of nitric oxide, we need to make this rate half so that it will be equal to that of this particular rate, isn't it? So I will write like this: rate is equal to minus dN2 by dt, which is equal to minus dO2 by dt, which is equal to 1 by 2 dNO by dt. Is it clear? Because the rate of disappearance of nitrogen and oxygen are same, but nitric oxide appears at twice this rate. In order to equate this rate with this rate, so we need to make this half. That is the reason this is divided with 2. And from where we are getting this 2? This is nothing but the balanced chemical equation, which is like this: N2 plus O2 gives rise to 2NO. Isn't it? Let us take another easy example. PCl3 combining with Cl2 to form PCl5. Now here, from the reaction, it is very clear that 1 mole of PCl3 is combining with 1 mole of Cl2 in order to give 1 mole of PCl5. So all are reacting in the same molar ratio. Means the rate at which PCl3 disappears is equal to the rate at which chlorine disappears. And the rate at which PCl5 appears is same as that of this rate. Isn't it? So we can write like this: rate is equal to minus d PCl3 by dt, which is equal to minus d Cl2 by dt, which is equal to plus d PCl5 by dt. So in front of the reactant there should be negative sign. In front of the product term there should be positive sign. Let us take another example. If we consider N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2 ammonia. Now see the molar ratio. It is 1 mole of nitrogen combining with 3 moles of hydrogen in order to form 2 moles of ammonia. So the rate of disappearance of hydrogen is 3 times the rate of disappearance of nitrogen, isn't it? During the time interval when 1 mole of nitrogen is consumed, 3 moles of hydrogen will be consumed, isn't it? So to equate the rate in terms of nitrogen and the rate in terms of hydrogen, we need to divide this particular expression by 3. Then only the rate for both of them will be the same. And if we take the case for ammonia, when 1 mole of nitrogen is involved, we are getting 2 moles of ammonia. So ammonia is appearing at twice the rate of disappearance of nitrogen. So to equate this rate with nitrogen, this should be divided by 2. So to make it very simple, rate is equal to minus dN2 by dt. Then whatever is the number of moles, make that one as 1 upon number of moles. Means minus 1 by 3 dH2 by dt, which is equal to plus 1 upon number of moles, that is 2, 1 by 2 dNH3 by dt. Isn't it? Now let me write the last example, which is a general reaction, like A moles of A, B moles of B combine to form C moles of C and D moles of D. So how you will write rate? Rate is equal to minus 1 upon small a, because this small a indicates the number of moles of A, multiplied by dA by dt, which is equal to minus 1 by b, that is small b, dB by dt. So number of moles present in the balanced chemical equation will become 1 upon number of moles here, and remaining is nothing but change in concentration upon time, and this is equal to plus 1 upon small c dC by dt, which is equal to plus 1 upon small d dd by dt. So this is how we'll be writing the rate of reaction in terms of a specific reactant or product, or the overall rate of reaction. So you need to learn this one clearly, then only we can apply this particular concepts for solving numericals. In the next video, let us understand how to calculate this average rate as well as instantaneous rate.